Brady White has put together an impressive career at Memphis as a 3-year starter, but the most impressive part of White's career has to be what he's done off the field. But who is Brady White? In the Who Is series, we go through the backstories of up-and-coming collegiate and pro athletes. If you enjoy these videos, leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have not checked out the History of series yet, make sure you go check it out after this video. Brady White grew up in Santa Clarita, California, and started playing football at a young age. White started his football career playing the offensive line. When asked about this, White said, "The coach put me on the line, and I did what I was told." White did not play offensive line for long because at the age of 6, he was moved to the quarterback position. White said, "Quarterback is exactly where I wanted to be from the beginning. I wanted to be the guy who leads the offense and has a big impact on the game. I was blessed with the ability to sling the ball at a young age, and I've worked to get better year after year. I take pride in that." In middle school, Brady White started training with renowned quarterback guru Steve Clarkson. Clarkson had previously been a star at San Jose State and worked with Heisman winners Matt Leinart and Tim Tebow in the past. One look at Brady White and there is no doubt that he reminds you of what a great quarterback of the past were made of. Brady brings a perfect hybrid of old school flair with modern day playmaking ability. Brady was born to impress. With a release like Joe Namath and a pocket presence like Aaron Rodgers, you will be hearing his name for years to come. White attended Hart High School in Santa Clarita. When White had gotten to Hart, they had 8 state titles but had not won a state championship since 2003, which was the 5th title in 6 years. Alumni from Hart included Kyle Bowler and Matt Moore, who both went on to play in the NFL. White took over the starting quarterback job during his sophomore year, where he would complete 67% of his passes for 2,575 yards and 23 touchdowns. He quickly learned how to become a successful leader and led Hart to the quarterfinals of the Southern California sectional playoffs. White said, "I've always felt like I've been ahead of the curve mentally, but the 2012 season really kicked me into gear. I realized you've got to bust your butt every week, every day." During the 2013 season opener, White outdueled Blake Barnett in a game that Hart won 56-49. White finished his junior season with 4,535 passing yards and 50 touchdowns. White would be named a second-team All-American by Max Preps and looked towards his senior year. During his senior year, White threw for 3,725 yards and 45 touchdowns, while also adding 433 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. White was one of 16 nominees for the U.S. Army National Player of the Year and was a starter in the U.S. All-American game. White finished his high school career throwing for 10,835 yards and 101 touchdowns, while also rushing for 19 touchdowns on the ground. According to 24/7 Sports Composite, Brady White was a 4-star recruit who was the 4th best pro-style quarterback, 10th best player in California, and 68th best player in his class. White was a part of the same recruiting class as Josh Rosen, Blake Barnett, and Ricky Town, who were all from California as well. College recruiters started to take notice of Brady White during his sophomore year, and he received his first piece of mail from Oregon State. White said on his first piece of mail, "I was pumped, took a picture of it, and shared it online with all my buddies. Knowing what I know now, I look back and realize it wasn't a huge deal. At the time, I was a kid in a candy shop." Going into the summer of 2013, while Rosen and Town were racking up offers, White had not received his first collegiate offer. White said things were going slower than he thought they would. White received his first collegiate offer from San Jose State and later Colorado State. White said, "I was ecstatic. I thought, okay, there's the first one. Now the ball is going to start rolling. But I didn't think there were going to be a ton more." Throughout his junior year, he continued to rack up offers. By the spring of his junior season, he had offers from the likes of Tennessee, Oregon, Kentucky, Penn State, Illinois, and Louisville. After he took a visit to Arizona State, White narrowed his college choices down to Arizona State, Cal, Oregon, and Penn State. UCLA and USC never showed White much respect, as neither of them paid much attention to him, even after Steve Sarkisian, who was recruiting White at Washington, took the job at USC. Town committed to USC while Rosen would commit to UCLA. After taking a second visit to Arizona State, White decided to commit to the Sun Devils and was excited to have the opportunity to play both UCLA and USC. White also became the highest rated quarterback signee for Arizona State in the era of the Internet Recruiting Evaluation Services. White redshirted his freshman year and had his first meaningful snaps against USC during his redshirt freshman year, where he threw his first career touchdown pass to Raymond Epps and finished with 80 yards. White made his first career start against UCLA, where he threw for 179 yards and 1 touchdown before suffering a season-ending foot injury. Going into the spring, Manny Wilkins, a good friend of White's, seemingly locked himself into the Arizona State starting quarterback position. As a result, White decided to enter the transfer portal, where he would commit to Memphis. White talked about the situation, saying, "In my personal opinion, I have an opportunity to compete for a starting job there. I think at ASU, I would have had a chance to showcase myself in the spring, but Manny has done a great job, and I think he's their guy moving forward." To many people, Memphis may have seemed like a weird choice, but it actually wasn't. Mike Norvell, the Memphis head coach at the time, was the Arizona State offensive coordinator who recruited White to the Sun Devils. Memphis's quarterback coach and offensive coordinator, Kenny Killingham, had also worked as an offensive assistant at Arizona State before going to Memphis. White said the familiarity did get the ball rolling with them, but White also believed he had a good chance to take over the starting quarterback spot after Riley Ferguson graduated. In 2018, White took over the starting quarterback position as a redshirt sophomore. His best game of the season came during the season opener when he threw for 358 yards and 5 touchdowns. White finished the season throwing for 3,296 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, and also had 1 rushing touchdown. Memphis finished the season 8-6 after losing the American Conference Championship game to UCF and the Birmingham Bowl to Wake Forest. White improved his numbers during his redshirt junior season in 2019. He threw for over 300 passing yards in 6 games. In a loss against Temple, White threw for 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The following week against Tulane, he threw for 358 yards and 5 touchdowns. In an important matchup against SMU, White threw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns in a top 25 matchup. Memphis won 54-48. White threw for a career-high 454 yards and rushed for a touchdown against Penn State, but also threw 2 interceptions in the Cotton Bowl loss. Memphis finished the season winning the American Conference and 12-2 overall, a program record. White finished as a Johnny Unitas Golden Arm and Manning Award finalist and finished as All-AAC second team. During 2020, White looked to have a strong season with his eye on the NFL. White led Memphis to a comeback win over UCF, where he threw for 486 yards and 6 touchdowns while also adding a rushing touchdown on the ground. He threw for 313 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception against Temple. Against South Florida, White threw for 437 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. He finished the 2020 season with 3,380 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 2 rushing touchdowns in 11 games. Memphis finished the season going 8-3 and beat Florida Atlantic in the Montgomery Bowl. White recently won the William V. Campbell Trophy, which is awarded to the college football player with the best combination of academics, community service, and on-field performance. He graduated from Arizona State with a bachelor's degree in business, a master's degree in sports commerce from Memphis, and is currently pursuing a doctorate in liberal studies. White recently announced he was going to enter the 2021 NFL Draft. He will leave Memphis as the winningest starting quarterback in school history with 26 wins, all-time passing leader with 10,690 passing yards and 90 touchdowns. Currently, White is projected to be a late day 3 pick, but could also go undrafted. I wouldn't worry about White's future if football doesn't work out, due to how successful White has been off the field. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos in the Who Is series. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, remember to embrace the grind.